Now, Bob, how did you guys build the log cabin that you had there in Newcastle?
We tore down 2 log cabins at Mount Lawn and saved the logs and built a house from that.
But
Now, how did you come about the logs?
we
How
bought,
did you have the
We
idea?
bought them from Swigert, the owner of the Mount Lawn.
the guy that owned the area sold them to us if we cleaned it up. So that was the working part of it. But when we got him home, he built a boom on the back of his old truck that he could crank them up and lay them up in the space where they went, because he'd already carved the
Notches?
the notches. And it didn't take us long to lay it up, did it?
1 week.
1 week.
Now, whenever you first moved into it, you didn't have it all built, did you?
Yeah, we got long. We had it built because we was renting. We were renting
We lived in the basement 1 year and then built the upper part next year.
You lived in the basement for an entire year.
Yeah.
Just come out of the basement like a
Upstairs.
trap door?
Yeah.
No, we had a landing that where the stairs went down into the basement. So we built a cover on the landing for the first winter. So we made out fine. Nobody helped us one time.
You
And
did
even
it all
after
your
the
own.
log house burnt. Our log house burnt. My cousin was living there, and it was 30 degrees below zero, and he had tried to start his car, and it would not start. So he didn't realize that when you flood a car, all that gas goes into the oil pan. So he stoked the fire, and all 4-car garage, everything burnt. Of the house, of the log house.
What year was that?
56, probably 57.
And then you rebuilt it?
Yeah.
We built another house.
Not logs, but we rebuilt it
We
on the same
rebuilt
site.
the same site. And not a soul helped us build any of that. We've done every bit ourselves, just me and him.
That's amazing.
When he's at work at Chrysler, he worked day shift. I'd be out there pulling nails out of boards and stuff that we could use over, get them ready to use and all that kind of stuff. And I had half of a 50-gallon drum full of nails.
That's enough nails to reuse if you needed.
Well, they were rusty and bent and everything, but I was pulling them out with a crowbar, and getting the lumber ready to recirculate. But we both worked like dogs.
I'm telling you. Now, the house that I remember seeing, that was a second iteration. That was still a log cabin. Where did the logs for them? Was that the Mount Lawn logs?
That's the only log cabin we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, it burned down a second time, didn't it? It's no longer there?
Oh no, it's not there. We just built a regular house there, and then we've sold it too.
Is that house gone that you used to live in there?
No, the house is still there, but it's a stick-built house, not
Okay.
logs.
What year was that house built?
58.
Oh, 58,
We built
okay.
on the same site.
Oh, okay.
We just cleaned up and salvaged what we could.
And one of the things that he done that so impressed me, and I've never forgotten it. We had a full basement dug. We had a guy with a tractor and backhoe come and dig the basement. And when we got to laying up the blocks for the basement wall, the cement blocks, he was wondering if that catty corner over there was going to be level with this corner. How did you figure that out? He got it figured out. He got a garden hose, and at that time when you were milking cows, you used the milkers.
Milker hose.
Milker hose is clear. You could see when there was no more milk going through it, so you take it off the cow. So he got 2 pieces of milker hose and put on the ends of that
Hose fingers.
So you could tell where you was up.
So when he filled the hose with water, he could go catty corner.
That's the way the Egyptians must have done it.
He
Water
could go
level.
catty corner and make sure that block over there was level with this block over here.
That's ingenuity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He figured that out.
but you got an engineering degree that you got on correspondence.
Yeah.
That's something I think is just beyond what we would ever, think about. This was before
When they got
the internet. They did it all by mail.
When he got the job down there at the shoe factory.
Yeah.
What state was that?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. He worked in there, and his job, it says era when all the women's shoes were that crepe rubber stuff, and they had most of them were wedge heeled and one piece sole heel all on it. Well, they had a freezer outside the building where they kept that rubber
To make a wedge shape.
so they could put it on the shoe, but they couldn't saw it if it wasn't froze. So he was to figure out how to get that rubber sawed without having to freeze it. And how long did it take you?
Probably about 6 weeks. I used a meat slicing blade and cut the sheet of rubber and into wedge shape sheet, and then they just cut the wedge out of
The wedge out of
the sheet that was about 3 or 4 feet long, and so
But the day he accomplished that, 9 people lost their
19.
job. 19?
19 people were laid off that day.
Because he eliminated their job.
Well, you saved effort.
All that burnt, all sanding. They were frozen and sanded them.
It was a lot of work. So you saved a lot of effort. That's pretty
He used
cool.
a meat saw to saw the rubber.
That's ingenuity. That's pretty
It
cool.
worked. It worked.
It changed the industry
I felt
for
bad
them.
about those people losing their job though, because you don't just go out and get you a job in a minute.
Yeah,
But
it's the forward move of progress. It can't be stopped.
What did you do down there in the other state where you worked?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's where Huckabee's from. Politician.
Who?
Huckabee.
Oh, Arkansas. That's where
What'd you do there?
that was a shoe factory.
Or was it?
That
I didn't
was
know.
it.
Didn't know that was
That was
Arkansas.
a major accomplishment.